Hello everybody and welcome to the April edition of the Gaming PC Builds of the Month from noobcomputerbuild.com. As per usual, my name is Corey. This month, if you've been following along with the past videos, it's not too exciting. I want to warn you right away, not much has changed, not much has been released, and in terms of, the major things that I change are in response to price changes over the last month. So without further ado, all of the hardware, as per usual, is going to be linked directly in the description below, as well the link to the main article as seen here, as I post the article and then usually do these videos as a quick update every month for the Gaming PC Builds of the Month. And so let's get started with the $600 Gaming PC Build of the Month for April 2014. This month, with the $600 build, as per usual in the last few months, the AMD FX 6300. It's an easily overclockable processor, which is also a great inclusion for a budget build. Last month it was at $118. It did drop quite significantly, I suppose, this month to $109. So do check that out if you were interested in a lower budget and you've been waiting, build and you've been waiting. So just to let you know as well, the motherboard, same motherboard is included last month. However, the price has dropped from the $79.99 last month to the $69 that you see here with this MSI 970A G46 motherboard. The graphics card in the $600 build has changed this month. It's changed to the Sapphire Radeon R7 265 graphics card this month. That comes out at $169.99. This graphics card is a better graphics card than last month. The GTX 750 Ti was the one that we did last month. It was a brand new graphics card as well. It's much lower powered. However, the performance of this R7 265 is approximately 14.6% faster. So if they are at the same price, I would go with this one. If they are not, you can consider the 750 Ti. It's still a good card. Or if you have, if your concern is in response to the amount of power that the card will use, the 750 Ti would also be a better choice in that case. Moving on, we have 8 GB of Kingston Hyperx Blue, $69.99. A 1TB Western Digital Blue for $59.99, and then the CX 600-watt power supply at $57.99. I have in the past included the 500-watt in the $600 build of the same series of power supplies, which you can go with if the price is lower and you feel that the price difference is significant to you. However, I have found in the last little bit that the two power supplies, the 500 versus 600, have been so similar that I've just went with the 600-watt power supply in this build. And then the final two pieces of hardware, we have the important PC case, this Rosewell mid-tower case for $29.99. It's a generic basic case that everything will fit nicely into. Nothing too special, but a cheap case that you get your full value's worth out of, so to speak. But if you do have a little more to spend, we'll check out in the alternatives below as a single option, just to give you an alternative if you have a little more to spend. And then the optical drive this month. This one comes out to $19.72. This LG Electronics optical drive. Just get whatever's cheapest, up to you. And this build will come out to currently $594.65. For the alternatives for the $600 build, assuming you have more to spend or you want a little more performance or upgrade suggestions for the future, you could go with this AMD A-Core FX 8320 unlocked processor for $139.99 versus the $109 FX 6300 that was featured above. Like I said, you can get another case. This one's a higher quality one. This better cooling in this one. Just as an example, for $59.99, you can get this Cooler Master half 912 mid-tower case. Or here's two other alternatives. Boot drive, you can get a cheap solid-state drive for $74.99 at 120 gigabytes. If you liked, it will make a difference in terms of your boot speeds or boot speeds of your most used apps. If you want to store them all on there, or if you have everything fit onto a 120 gigabyte hard drive, then by all means. Or you can get a slightly better graphics card with this $209.99 GTX 660 card. And now moving on to the $1,000 build. That does come out to $976 right now, so it is under budget, as are all the builds this month, which is great. Or except, no, I believe the $1,500 build is about $10 over budget, but nevertheless, let's move on. The Intel i5-4670K quad-core processor, as per usual in this build. And then as well, I include a separate cooler, aside from the stock one, this Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo, which will help you get the most out of your overclocking the 4670K. This is $35.99. The motherboard this month has changed from March's. I did have the gaming series motherboards included. However, the prices of those have went really wonky, so I have included this very similar Gigabyte GA Z87X UD3H. It's a pretty good motherboard at $159 right now. The graphics card, we do have again the EVGA GeForce GTX 760 for $249.99. The RAM is the same as the RAM included in the $600 build for $64.99. This Kingston Hyperx Blue. Then the hard drive, the same one as the $600 build as well, a 1 terabyte Western Digital Blue for $59.99. I do not include an SSD in the $1,000 build, just for budget reasons here. I include what I believe should be included in the build for performance reasons. However, if you do have a little extra to spend, spend it on an SSD. You can either use the one from the $600 build or the one that I will show you in a second. The power supply, the XFX 650 watt for $81.24. This is a pretty good power supply and high quality. So, and then the case I'm featuring this month is a different case. This is Thermaltake Chaser A31 mid tower chases for $77.95. It's a very well priced for what you get in this case. You have a window and a bunch of other features that come for a relatively affordable case here, in my opinion. And it is an older case. It's been out for about a year, but it's still a good gaming chassis. And then also the optical drive, this LG one featured here for $19.72, and the bill comes out to exactly $975.88 right now. And for some alternatives, if you have a little extra to spend or want some upgrade ideas, like I said, an SSD. This is a very good SSD, the Samsung 840 Pro series, 128 gigabyte. You can spend $119 for that. It'll really speed things up when they're loading. Upgrade your graphics card to a single MSI GTX 770 like this one here for $319.99. Or if you want more media space, you can go with double the hard drive space with this 2 terabyte Seagate Barracuda like this one here for $84.81. Or SLI with another GTX 760 for another $249.99, which would really boost things up. And then finally, let's get on with the $1,500 build. Like I said, it's about $15 over budget this month, so $1,515. Nevertheless, look out for some sales if you can save a bit, but it is pretty on par with budget. The same processor as the $1,000 build, the i5-4670K, $229.99. We have the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo as a separate CPU cooler for $33.05. And then the motherboard, we've used this same motherboard for I believe 3 months in a row. It's a great motherboard, and it will overclock the heck out of the 4670K. The Asus Maximus 6 Hero for $198.99 right now. It used to be at $220, I believe, and so it is at a great price right now, and which I would recommend a great buy. And then we have this very beastly graphics card, this $509.99 GeForce GTX 780, which you'll be able to play pretty much anything Ultra 1920p and above easily. And so the RAM we have the 16 gigabyte kit, $129.99. If you like, you can save some money, go with the 8 gigabyte kit, but I would recommend the 16 gigabyte kit. It'll leave you a lot of space for memory. And then the hard drive here, we have this 1 terabyte Western Digital Blue, $59.99. And in the $1,500 build, I do include the SSD. So this 840 Pro Samsung series for $119. The power supply is this fully modular Corsair RM Series 750 watt for $119.99. And then the case this month, it's a mid-tower case, however, it's a very cool case, been out for a little bit, it's very affordable, $94.49. This Fractal design Define R4 case. This is there's a whole bunch of different kinds, but this is the titanium gray one. Has this, it's kind of a simplistic I don't know what to say. It's a simplistic, futuristic almost looking case. I like it. And this one comes, yeah, like I said, $94. And then last but not least, the optical drive, which you could save $19.72, and you would be under budget here at $15 minus below $1,500. So if you went without the optical drive, but if you do want the optical drive, this LG one for $19.72. And now for the alternatives for the $1,500 build, we have here. I never include, I get asked sometimes why not an i7 in the gaming builds. Well, in my builds here, because the i5 4670K, well, for one, you could overclock the heck out of it, and for a gaming PC, the price difference is just not worth it. You will not notice the performance generally going with the i7 versus the cost. However, if you do graphics work or other such tasks that you would need the CPU speed, you could upgrade to an i7 4770K, such as this one, $319.99. You could, if you want to get a crazy, beastly second graphics card, this EVGA GeForce GTX 780, another $509.99. You could SLI, or just get a better single graphics card like this GeForce GTX 780 Ti for $699.99. Likewise, if you want just a solid state drive as your main hard drive, 512 gigabytes might be might make more sense. And if this one is a $399.94, the Samsung 840 Pro solid state drive at 512 gigabytes. That does it for the 3 builds this month. All the builds have been standing pretty strong, so if you are wanting to purchase, it's a pretty good time. The prices are good. But last but not least, if you have any comments, questions, please leave a comment. But even better, visit the site noobcomputerbuild.com and just post a comment on the blog, and we can get a conversation rolling and help each other out. And until next time, thank you and good luck.